like 8 minutes left in the game. I think it was like a 20-8 run that they went on. What kind of shifted in their favor to close?
Yeah, it's funny. I think closed that third quarter, we went on a 12-0 run, kind of take control of the game a little bit. Not the control, but took the lead and some momentum going into the fourth quarter. And loved how hard our guys played. We competed for 48. But I felt the big thing, and two things in that fourth quarter, our turnovers. For the game, we only had 11 for 12, which against that team is a great number. They lead the NBA in steals per game. But unfortunately, 5 of those 11 came in the fourth quarter. So when the game is going back and forth and it's a close, hotly contested game, you can't have 5 turnovers for 7 points in the fourth quarter. You're just kind of shooting yourself in the foot. And then we gave them 13 free throw attempts in the fourth quarter. Fouled the three-point jump shooter, fouled Joel twice, I think, on jump shots. And to your point, they had an 18-2 run that coincided with a lot of those turnovers, run-outs, and free throw attempts. So obviously not the outcome we wanted, but proud of the effort, and we just have to be a little bit cleaner for 48.
Is this, no matter who wins or loses, I mean, is Joel Embiid and Nikola Jokic, that matchup, is it good for the league, just as a whole?
Yeah, I mean, they're two great players. I mean, so the last 3 MVPs out there playing, and the league has got a lot of talented players right now, 2 good teams, and the Western Conference and the Eastern Conference. So, this is a game that went down to the wire. We came up short. Joel's a hell of a talent. I felt Tobias Harris had a huge impact in that fourth quarter. He dominated the first probably 4 or 5 minutes, and that kind of got them back in the game while Joel was out. And I think if you're going to beat that team, you got to win the non-Joel Embiid minutes, and we didn't do that in the fourth quarter.
Jokic had a career high in offensive rebounds by the end of the third, didn't have any in the fourth. Obviously, they were going small on him, or smaller a few times. How much did that disappearing, that aspect, sort of impact the way things went in the fourth to you?
His offensive rebounds?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I really not understand the question, but Nicole had 19 rebounds, 11 offensive. As you said, they kind of cross-matched a lot with Joel on smaller guys and put smaller guys on Nikola, and Nikola took advantage of it. And obviously, we won the rebounding battle, I think 46-32, which is always a great thing. But we just didn't take care of the ball down the stretch. That's what it came down to.
You look at Embiid's stat line, and obviously it's very impressive, but the way that Aaron Gordon made things difficult for him as a team, how you made things difficult for him, how would you kind of evaluate that part of the game?
Yeah, I mean, that's what stands out to you. He's a great player, and when you play a great player and you think you did a good job on him, he had 41 points. He had 10 assists, he had 7 rebounds, he got to the foul line 15 times. So Joel is a very, very difficult cover, hell of a player. And obviously, we play them, I think, right when we get back from this road trip. So we'll have to do a better job, not only on him, but, as I mentioned, Maxey's a tough kid, talented kid. He had 25, and Tobias had 24. So now you got 3 guys getting off. And you're going to have a hard time beating that team if you let their top 3 players hurt you like that.
What caused the contrast in pace, from the first half to the second half, where you guys were just running up and down the floor in the first half, and it just kind of, got into the half court in the second half? And where did you guys, other than the turnovers, kind of, bog down in that sense?
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure yesterday's 9-hour trip didn't help our guys in terms of, just fighting through a 48-minute game against a quality opponent. But, to get out and run, you got to get stops. And the only time you can get out and run that we did tonight, I felt in that third quarter, closed that third quarter, we were getting stops, getting out and running, we were executing, we were taking care of the ball, and that's why we closed 12-0. And then when you look at why we gave up an 18-2 run, well, they're scoring or they're going to the foul line every time, so now they're controlling tempo, and now you're being forced to play against a very good half-court defense. And so we have to be better in terms of defending and defending without fouling.
Matt Bev came over to you and said something when he came to the game. What did he say to you, and how would you characterize his additions to the game?
Oh, he was just saying congratulations on the championship. Pat and I have always had a relationship, so just respect for last year. And yeah, I mean, he's coming off the bench. He's one of the best defensive guards in the entire NBA. And then offensively, he's also capable of running a team, making plays for his teammates. I think one of the more underrated intangible qualities for any player is toughness. And a guy that brings an edge. And everywhere Patrick Beverley's been, he's done that.
What stands out to you about the Maxey and Bede two-man game? They've had a lot more reps together in that, especially since Harden got traded.
Well, yeah, it's like our two-man game. You have a great center and a very good guard. And, Joel can pick and pop for three. He can catch the ball in the pocket and finish. Maxey can shoot the three off the pick and roll. He can turn the corner, get into the paint. And then around that, they have quality shooting and guys like Tobias Harris, guys like Nicholas Batum. So, just talented players.
Coach.